keep trying to get it on. All right, never mind. It's actually working now. It seems like every time it rains here in California, there's always issues with YouTube. But yeah, that's why I'm kind of late right now, because I was trying to keep trying to get it on, get this online, but it seems to be working now, so it's all good. So I'm gonna let everybody into the room real quick. It's 6:22 right now. We have about 8 minutes till market open, and then we can start looking for the breakout. Today is NFP, so just keep that in mind, guys. If you guys have seen the chart's pretty messy right now. You can see how it whipsawed back and forth right here. This is when the NFP news was released, and that doesn't mean that it's done. So the market is still going to be moving pretty crazy. So just keep that in mind, guys. Today, if you guys don't need to trade, I would probably recommend to just sit out the market. Unless if you do really want to trade, I would recommend using a smaller lot size, and to remember to take profit when necessary, because the last thing you want to do is be pretty heavy in profit and then not take any profit, and it ends up reversing on you, which is probably going to happen, because you're going to see a lot of these whipsaw movements happen all throughout the day as the market opens fully, and we have the market reacting to the NFP news throughout the day. You know, as other people see the news, and other institutions and market makers see the news, they're going to basically study the psychology of like everyone who's trading right now and see where everyone's trading. So when they see people buying, they're going to spike it down. When they see people selling, they're going to spike it up. It just depends on where the majority is sitting. So you guys just have to be careful about that. And I only know this, and everybody in the room knows this as well, because we've been trading NFP for years now, right? NFP is probably one of the most manipulated trading days out of the month. It happens once a month. This entire week was the NFP week. So that's why you've seen a lot of crazy movements all throughout the week. But today's like the actual day where everything all comes full circle and you guys start to see some crazy movements. So, just keep that in mind. I just want to make sure that all you guys are aware, especially if you guys are brand new, so that you guys don't get caught in any of these movements and you guys wonder, what happened, right? Because this is all supposed to happen. It happens every month, first week of every month. So just be fully aware of this. I'll be looking for trades. I'm not sure if I'm going to take any. I had a great week so far, so I don't know if I really want to risk anything, but we will be looking. And if we do see something good, then yeah, we'll take it. But we're going to be very careful today. Morning, Kenny. Morning, David. Morning, Adrian. Morning, Maine. Morning, Matt. Morning, Abraham. Morning, Maria. Morning, Shane. Morning, Miles. Morning, everybody. So hopefully you guys had a great week so far. Morning, Essa. Today's Friday, so this is going to be the last trading day of the week before we wrap it up for the weekend. Morning, Lisa. So let's go ahead and look at the data right now first to see where things might be sitting, right? So let me go over here and check out the news real quick. So this news, NFP data was kind of back and forth. Non-farm employment change was negative. So that wasn't good, but the employment rate was up. Average hourly earnings was up. Employment change was up. So everything's pretty much positive. And that's why you can see right here, price kind of came down for a fake out. And then right when the news came out at 6:30, it came right back up. And then it came back down to stop everyone out who basically jumped into this. And then it swung back up to stop everybody out again. So this is what I'm talking about, the whipsaws, right? News was good. There was like one bad news, so it came down. And then it came back up to stop everybody out who chased the sell. And then it came right back down to stop everyone out who chased the buy, because it's such a big move. A lot of people can't survive 1,000, almost 2,000 pip move here 3 ways. So some people who got caught on the bad side, they would have gone stopped out right here, stopped out again right here, and stopped out again right here, and then stopped out again right here. So that's 4 ways of getting stopped out. And this is why we try to be very careful when it's NFP, right? It's just this is just how the market moves. So sometimes it's better to sit out the market than to risk it. But I mean, if you guys do want to trade, use a smaller lot size, and always remember to protect your positions by moving your stop loss and profit when possible. So going back to the retail sentiment over here, you can see majority of sentiment is 60% short. So we're probably going to want to look for some buys. If there's a lot of people who are short in the market, we definitely want to be trading opposite of them. So we definitely want to be trading to the upside. So with that said, let's check the fundamentals out. Fundamentals are currently 36% or 36 points in the green for the futures data. When the market opens in 3 minutes, we'll have the actual real-time data. This is just futures data that runs 24 hours. The average and the actual stock index are currently not open right now, so we will be taking a look at that when the market actually does open. Now let's take a look at the fundamentals. Technicals. So we've looked at the fundamentals, we've looked at retail sentiment. Now we'll look at the technicals to see where price is currently sitting. Right here on the 1 minute, we have a bullish bias, and the reason for that is because price is above the pivots and the trend meter is green. So that's indicating that price is going to be going upwards. Looking over at the 3 minute, here price is above the K2 pivots and the trend meter is green as well. So we do have a bullish bias here as well on the 3 minute. Looking over here on the 10 minute, same situation, price is above the pivots and the trend meter is green. However, price is kind of just going sideways, right? It had the whipsaw right here, up and down, and now it's just going sideways, but we do have that bullish bias right here as well. Lastly, here on the 10 minute, same thing. So looking at the 1 hour, everything looks pretty bullish. So this is perfect because everything is bullish and the retail traders are short. And that's exactly what we like. We like it when retail traders are trading opposite of where we want to trade. Because it's probably going to go in our direction, right? You'll probably see some fake outs, some manipulation of price going down to stack up some more sellers, because the market makers and institutions don't make money when there's only 60% of people who are short that they can stop out, right? They want this number to be around the 70% mark, because if they have 70% of people selling and the market makers and institutions push price up and they stop everyone out, they're going to make a substantial amount of money when those people get stopped out, right? Because they're going to just take over their positions once they swing them to the top side and then they bring it back down. So everything is looking good. I'm personally, we have a bullish bias here. So I'm looking for a buy here. If this breakout comes out for a buy, then I'm probably going to take the buy. We just need to confirm the fundamentals when the market opens in the next 50 seconds. So market is opening in about 50 seconds. Once market opens, I will be closing the chat, and I'll just be looking at the chart to see if there's any entries available. If the market looks too crazy, then I'll just go back and answer questions. But for now, we're going to be looking for some trades. We also have some news coming up at 7, so keep that in mind. We have final wholesale inventories. It's not going to be very strong, but it's something to keep in mind. Also, Biden speaks today at 8:30. So today just might be a horrible day to trade. And we're just going to see how it is once the market actually opens. So we'll see what happens. B's asking you, are you using a smaller lot size today? I'm going to stick with my current lot size, but depending on how the market moves when it opens, then I'll decide if I want to switch to 5. So I'll just half it, but we'll see what happens when the market opens here. Market is opening in about 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. The market is now open. So let's see where price is going. We have a bullish bias, so we're looking for this to push to the upside. I'm just going to move these over here because we're not using them right now. We will update these as the market moves on. So in order for us to take a buy here for a breakout, we need a strong green candle with little to no wick on the top side. Looking over here at the fundamentals, it's currently 38 points in the green. It's not very green. I mean, it's green, but it's just not very green. Right here, obviously, you can see the green is overwhelming the red. However, Home Depot is currently down 3 points. So that's what's holding it down right now. However, looking at the price here, we still don't have that strong green candle. So we have no entry that's really available at this point. We'll be watching for it. We basically need a strong green candle with little to no wick on top, similar to like this one over here, or, and there you go with the manipulation, right? So this is exactly what I was anticipating. I was anticipating price to spike down a little bit to lure in some more sellers, and then it's going to spike right back up. So we're going to leave it alone for right here. In order for us to get a breakout for a buy, we currently need price to close with a strong bullish candle, and also needs to have a buy signal on it as well. Let me go and refresh this real quick. All right. Okay, so the news here said that the S&P 500 was good, or is bullish. So with that said, it's probably gonna push down for a bit before it comes back up. Let me check the fundamentals real quick. We just gotta make sure that this stays bullish. It's not that strong. So looking at the fundamentals right now, it's right down the middle. So this makes it very risky because there's no bias right now in the market. It's currently just right down the middle. In order for there to be a bias, we're looking for price to be either 100 points in the green or 100 points in the red. If we don't get one or the other, then and here you go, as the price starts to swing right back up to where we were anticipating. So this is a little risky, but let's see. All right, so this wouldn't count right here because we need a buy signal. I know it's a strong bullish candle, but it needs to be a buy signal in order for us to enter it. We have a couple more minutes to determine whether we want to take this breakout or not. If not, then obviously we're going to hold out. Another thing to keep in mind, guys, is you guys have to make sure that you pay attention. And you can see right there where it's pushing back up. You guys got to pay attention to when you should be moving your stop loss and profit, right? Okay, another thing right here that's going to make it risky is that price is getting close to this Asia high right here. If price ends up closing right here, and then like say price closes above here, right? And it's going to get, it could possibly reach this Asia high, then I'm probably not going to take the breakout, because what could happen is price can come up to the Asia high right here. It can reject off it, and then it'll just come crashing right back down. So that's something to keep in mind. If you guys have been with K2 for a while, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, because we've seen that happen, time and time again, whenever price gets near these previous session highs. Let's turn this off right now to clean it up a little bit. So this candle right here, let's see, 6:33. So if we don't get the entry in 2 minutes, that's completely fine. We'll just start looking for other scalp entries. The breakout's been kind of messy these past 2 weeks. It's been either straight to the point like it was on Monday, or a huge whipsaw like it did on Tuesday. So we got about still currently waiting for that confirmation. We don't have the confirmation yet. Going over to the fundamentals again. It's still bullish, but it's not very bullish. I mean, it's 17 points in the green, so it can easily go back. It can swing down and become red at any moment. So that's something to, obviously keep in mind. Let's see. All right, price is actually breaking below here. So if that becomes the case, maybe price might be shifting to the downside. The only reason I don't want to really trade on the downside is because retail sentiment is currently short. It's 59% short now, so it looks like a lot of people pulled out of their shorts, but I mean, it's still a pretty high number. So in order for me to trade for a sell, I definitely would want the fundamental bias to be pretty strong for a sell. Currently right now, it's now a sell. So you can see how the number shifts, right? That's why you want it to be above 100 or below 100, because at that point, there's a strong bias. Right now, price can go up or down. So here we go. As price starts to swing down, this is completely fine. It looks like we're not going to have a breakout. So I'm going to go and put the requirements for the strategies that we're looking at right now. And then we're going to, oh man, I didn't save I thought I saved the strategy for the high low. I guess not. It's all right. I'll just put it back up again for you guys who are applying it. So here's the 1 minute pivot scalp. Here's a 3 minute pivot scalp. Here is the snipe entry. And then here is the daily entry. But I don't recommend anyone take the daily entry today, because today's Friday. The problem with taking the daily entry on a Friday is that if you get caught in the trade, so here's a daily entry from yesterday. This hit TP. Yeah, the problem with taking the daily entry on Friday is that the market closes today. So the last thing you want to do is get caught in a trade that doesn't close by the end of the day, and then you're going to be stuck with this position over the weekend. And if you're on FTMO, you can't even trade over the weekend. So it's something to keep in mind. So we'll follow it, but I'm not going to take it. Also here for the snipes, let me see if there's any zones around this area. There should be. I mean, there's always going to be zones around the area. So let's move this down a little bit. There's actually a ton of zones right here. All right. All right, looks good. So looks like there was a couple entries here that that already were filled, like this one over here. But we'll see if there's anything else. Right now, we're currently looking for sells because the most recent momentum signal is a sell. So if you look at all the sells that were available right here, these already hit full TP, or not these right here, but actually there was nothing that was available yet, but we'll keep following it. So going back to the third 3 minute, this technically would have been a 3 minute entry, but I wouldn't have taken it because it's such a big candle. You would have confirmed the valid K2 momentum signal right here for a sell. You want to confirm it's below the pivot. So if you took that trade there, that would have been a full TP already, but I wouldn't have taken it even if I saw it because it's such a big candle. When you see a big candle like this, it's due for a retracement. And you don't want to get caught. This is what I was talking about NFP, right, guys? There's no clear direction. Price comes down, comes up, comes down, comes back up. Right here, it's coming down, and then it just might swing right back up again. So this is why I recommend that you guys probably don't trade, because the thing is these ranges are so wide. If your stop loss is 500 pips, one of these candles can easily stop you out, right? This is a 600 pip candle, and it's a 3 minute candle. This candle right here before it is 1,000 pip candle, right? So if your stop loss is 500 pips, you can easily get stopped out before it hits your TP. And that's something that you want to be careful about. Same with the 1 minute here. So the 1 minute, technically this would have been a sell entry. However, if you took this trade here, so you would have stopped you out before it came all the way back down. That's why I recommend that you guys probably don't trade today unless it's like absolutely necessary. But if you do want to trade, just make sure to use a smaller lot size. Okay, so let me just draw this line right here. This is going to be the new low. And I'll put the requirements for that strategy as well. I'll save it this time so that we don't have to draw it up again. But I'll put it up right here. So this is going to be the K2 US 30. High-low scalp strategy. So first you want to confirm confirm the previous swing high and swing low. 4 or 5 candles must pass to establish. 2, confirm price break and close past previous swing. 3, confirm trading in the direction of momentum using K2 momentum. Indicator. And lastly, enter on the open of the following candle. Let me just put this right here. Unfinished. In progress. So guys, these are the working requirements for the strategy. Okay, so these are just working requirements. These are going to change over time. This strategy is still unfinished and it's a work in progress, but everyone's been using it. I've been using it myself every day. We're forward testing it to make sure that it works very well. But over time, I'm going to be adding more requirements so that you guys can have a higher win rate, right? That's our main goal here. Our main goal here is to be consistent, to have a high win rate, to rarely lose ever. Because if you can do that, you can almost always scale your account. So one of the requirements that I did enter, I guess not recently, but when I started showing it to you guys, was this third requirement: trading the direction momentum, because this is key. You don't want to trade against momentum, right? So that's something that should definitely be taken into consideration. But yeah, a lot of people have been applying it. I saw a couple people here, like I think I forgot who was posting about it earlier. Narito here. So Narito said, damn, this 1 minute high-low scalp strategy got me 9 for 9 in the last 2 hours, up 9K in New York pre-market, isn't even open yet. Thanks, Shawn, for another gem. Let's go. So yeah, and Narito over here, he started applying the strategy. He had 9 for 9. He locked in a total of 9K pre-market. So that's just going to show you that like other people have been applying it, even though it's not official yet, and it's been working perfectly fine. As you guys can see, market is very, very indecisive. It's just going up and down. And the problem with these whipsaws is that when we have whipsaws like this is cool, or back and forth movements like this is cool because each candle only moves like 100 pips, right? These are moving like thousands of pips each candle. So if you're going to take trades here and your stop loss is 300 pips, you're going to get stopped out right away, unless you're trading in the absolute perfect direction. So with how the market's currently moving right now, I don't think I'm going to enter any trades. So if you guys do have questions, feel free to drop your questions in the chat and I'll answer questions for you. If I do see trades available, I'll mark them up. But for the most part, it's not looking like I'm planning on really trading much or at all today, because it's just, I made a ton of profit this week. There's no need for me to go and blow it on some risky trades on a Friday, especially NFP Friday. Plus we have news coming up at 7, and then we have Biden speaking at 8:30. So just keep that in mind. Biden's also speaking today. So you're going to expect a lot of crazy movements in the market today. It's not just NFP. There's also another news event coming up, plus Biden, which is, what happens when Biden speaks. There's not going to be any clear movements. So let's refresh this. Also, the fundamentals aren't one-sided, right? It was like 33 points. Now it's back to 7, and then now it's probably going to go back to red. You can see as the fundamentals change, price starts to shift back and forth. It became red, then became green, then it became red, and now it's back at green. So looking at this right here, 19 points in the green right now. Looking at the actual stock index for the Dow 30, which is US 30, it's currently right down the middle, half green, half red. No one side bias at all. Looking at retail sentiment, it's currently 58% short. So a lot of people are shifting from the short side to the long side. And as you can see right here, price is kind of just going back and forth. So we did have a couple people post profits. We did have Ryan over here. Ryan posted his profits for the morning. He traded NFP, good for him. He made a total of 3,400 on this account. Right. Actually, this is his main account. And then he made another one right here. He kept trading and he locked in a total of 5,221. So nice work right there, Ryan. Yeah, definitely great work right there. G-Main over here as well. He took some trades during the NFP. He locked in a total of 2,401. So great work right there, G-Main. And his other account right here, 2,436. So nice work. Looks like you're using 2 accounts as well. Let's see, Ellis over here as well. Ellis took some trades too, locked in a total of 914. Great work, Ellis. Yeah, so as you guys can see, if people want to take risks, you guys can take risks if you understand the strategies here and what to apply. Even though I'm not taking trades, if you guys know the strategies, you guys can do it yourself. Larkin over here locked in a total of 4,576. Nice work, Larkin. All wins, no losses, guys, right? Everyone's killing it. So if you guys know me and you guys have seen me trade for a while, I'm a very conservative trader. I only take trades that I'm like almost 100% sure are going to hit. And that's why you'll see a lot of other people here posting profits, even though I haven't taken anything myself. I'm here on the live session, guys. I can't make mistakes on here. If I make mistakes, people are going to be upset, right? That's why I never make mistakes here. It's different when you don't have the whole world watching you, right? You can make all the mistakes you want. But for me here, I can't make those kind of mistakes. So that's why I'm very careful. And I also don't like to lose trades. So for one, I have an audience. For two, I don't want you guys to lose either, right? My main goal here is that you guys are all profitable. So I'm going to refrain from taking anything risky, and I'm just going to be taking stuff that I think is going to actually hit. Let's see this right here. Again, right here. See, so this would possibly be an entry, but like I told you guys, I'm not going to take the trades here because look how far back it pulled back. If you took this trade here, you would have been stopped out already because price is just whipsawing back and forth. Yeah, so technically this would have been a pivot scalp strategy, but entry, but I wouldn't have taken it because of how price is moving. A lot of people need to understand that you don't have to trade all day, every day, right? Some days it's better to just sit out the market and then wait for something good to come around. So right now, there's definitely nothing good in my perspective. If you guys are asking me, everything here is just way too choppy, way too messy. It's not really worth. It's not really worth the risk. So see what we got over here. Good morning, Jay. Morning, Riga. Yeah, Riga said what a mess. So I'll pull up the chat right now and I'll see what else is this right here. Dean's asking the high-low strategy is 100 to 300 pip stop loss, TP stop loss. There's no set TP stop loss for it yet, Dean. We're still working on that. So we need to figure out like what works best. I currently use that. I use 100 pip, 300 pip stop loss most of the time. Like during Asia session, that's what I use. But for New York session, volatility is just too high. So we would have to change that, right? Because each candle here is moving like 500 pips. So like in an instant, you can easily get stopped out of your position. So as you guys can see right here, see how we were looking at this sell right here? You can see how price faked out, right? It whipsawed to the top about 500 pips, and then it came right back down. So the thing is, if you had a wide stop loss, you could have caught this and you could have still made profit. Like it would have pulled back heavily and it came right back down to hit your TP. So that's why I'm not trading right now, because there's a lot of whipsaws here. Whipsaws mean when price swings back and forth. So as you can see right here, price whips to the top and then it saws to the bottom. This is like a form of manipulation where people can get stopped out. A lot of market makers institutions do this, especially on NFP, because a lot of people are gambling today to stop people out. This is like a gambler's day, basically, where a lot of people want to just bet on where price is going to go. But currently right now, there's no direction. So you could be going long and you could still get stopped out, even, and vice versa. If you're going short, you can still get stopped out because this range right here is so big. Unless you have an extremely big stop loss over 2,000 pips, you'll get stopped out either way, whether you take a buy or a sell. So it's not really the good time to really mess with the market, unless you really know what you're doing, unless you know where the price is going at that specific time, aka using the high-low scalp strategy, because this helps a lot. Then you can possibly take it. Like for example, here, see how this candle right here, this was the low. Let's draw a line right here. You guys can see how there was a low right here, right? We had a sell signal. You can see price breaking close below it. If you took this trade right here, you could have made profit off this next candle because it came spiking all the way back down. So that's why I'm using this right now versus the other strategies, because these don't necessarily work well during these conditions. So Yaya is asking if I can take it. Okay, so here I'll do this real quick. Let me I know, yeah, you were asking about this yesterday. So I'm gonna do this real quick. I'm just gonna do this for yeah, let me just put there. Okay. So I'm just gonna copy paste these strategy requirements here for Yaya, because Yaya's been asking about these like all day yesterday. If you guys want to learn these strategies, I mean, you can go on the website, learn them just watching the videos, but obviously, some people, it helps if it's just like right in front of them. So I'm just copy paste these so that I can send these over to Yaya. So. All right, I think that's it for these. So I will send these over to you. Yeah, I'll send them over to you at the end of the session. I'm not going to send them right now, obviously, because we're still trading, but I'll send them over to you eventually. But yeah, guys, if you guys do have questions, feel free to reach out. Put your questions in the chat. I don't think I'm going to be trading today because of how the market's moving. It's not really moving smoothly at all. So I don't really want to get caught in any of these whipsaw movements, especially with having, such a tight stop loss for NFP. So if you guys do have questions, pop them in the chat. Otherwise, we'll keep looking for trades. And if we don't see anything coming up anytime soon, within the next 20 minutes or so, then we'll probably just call it a day early, because I don't want to be tempted to enter any of these risky trades. And that's another thing that you guys need to be aware of, right? You guys need to understand your trading personality. If you guys are not doing well trading, you guys got to figure out what the problem is, right? Are you over trading? Are you revenge trading? Are you over leveraging? So that you guys can understand and figure out, what your issues are, so that you guys can fix it. Because if you guys don't fix it, you'll just keep making the same mistake. So just want to make sure that you guys get that down, because it's it's key. It's super key that you guys are aware of like your trading personality, what's your style of trading, what mistakes you make, so that you guys can get better at trading. Because you're never going to get better unless you confront your problems. A lot of people like running away from them and hiding their issues, but it's not going to work with trading. You're going to keep running in the same circle over and over again. All right, so Randall said, so much respect, Shawn. I just wanted to talk about how to calculate pips on US 30. Can you describe the proper take profit and stop losses you have for your trades? I mean, it depends on what you're trading, Randall. I mean, everything has a different TP stop loss. The 1 minute has a different, it's right here on the bottom. 3 minute has a different. The snipe has a different, it's fixed 500, and the daily has a different as well. So, I mean, it just depends on which strategy you're applying. You got to be a little more specific which one you want me to cover. If you are more specific, I can go over it, but these are by pips, right? So, I'm not sure what are you confused with, like pip numbers? Because the pip numbers are all in all of the templates right here. So if you can be a little more specific, I could answer a little more in detail, but let me keep scrolling down to see if there's any other questions here. All right. Yeah, but so Paul said NASDAQ stopped him out at break even. He's not re-entering. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend re-entering either, Paul. Shari's asking, how do I start class? So excited that I'm finally able to join. Thank you so much for helping others. Blessings. Yeah, Shari. So in order to start the courses, just go on the website. So here, let me pull up the website for you real quick. Just go on the K² website, log in, and then I will. Let's see. All right. So all you got to do is go on the K² website right here, k2trades.com, click sign in right here, and it'll bring you to the course. Once you log into the course, you'll have this right here. Let me pull it over for you. You'll have this right here. This is the entire course. Just go and watch all the videos here. They're not that long, right? So they're like a minute, 2 minute long. So like you can literally sit down and watch all these videos in a day and just get everything down. So just watch all the videos here. Once you watch all the videos, you can understand which strategy you like. Each strategy is broken down right here. So you can like see which strategy you necessarily, which one fits for you, right? Because everyone has a different trading personality. Some people like to scalp, some people like to swing trade, some people like to intraday trade. Find out which strategy works best for you. Once you figure that out, you can just focus on that specific strategy and master it. For the most part, here on this live session here, all these strategies here that we're covering are basically going to be the scalp strategies. And the reason we have scalp strategies is because we're only trading for an hour, right? I can't trade an intraday strategy with you guys in an hour's time. You'd have to be on the session, for hours before you can find an entry. Same with swing strategies. You're not going to find swing strategies within an hour. We're only on the session for about an hour. So that's why we mostly use the breakout strategy right here and the scalping strategies. These are the main strategies that we use when we're on these live sessions. So depending on what you want to apply, Shari, you can just go and just look at everything here, see which one you like. If you have questions about it, you can ask me directly and I can help you master it. But that's pretty much it. You can see there's a ton of videos here, but they're not very long. They're like a couple minutes long, so it's easy for you to just watch them, get it down, apply it yourself, and then once you have issues, you can ask me questions, or you can ask in the group, and everyone here can help you with it. So that's how you would get started. All right, let me scroll down real quick. Definitely, no problem, Shari. Sherry or Shari, sorry, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but one or the other. Randall, let's see your question again. So Randall asked the same question. I wanted to talk about how to calculate pips on US 30. Can you describe? All right, Randall. Oh, Shari. Okay, so that's how you say your name. Yeah, but no, definitely glad to have you aboard, Shari. I'm here to help all you guys out. I want to make sure that all you guys are successful with trading. You've seen everyone here, right? Every single day, there's a bunch of people here profiting. Albert here just locked in 3,030. I didn't call any trades, but Albert knows the strategies that we're applying. So he took the trades himself and he locked in a nice profit. You guys see people here profiting every single day. Albert again right here, his other account, he's up 1,725. Angela's up 232. And her other account 261. So as you guys can see here, if everyone's doing well, and you guys aren't, you might be making mistakes, right? So the thing is, unless you guys figure out what your mistakes are, I can't help you. But if you guys can figure out what your problem is, you can be just as successful as everyone else here. So Spawn over here locked in 816. Nice work, Spawn. He took a sell. Ryan too. So Ryan said he's done for the day. Ryan over here locked in a total of 5,750. Great work, Ryan. Big congrats to you. My cousin Andy over here, Jose, he locked in a total of 2,588, all wins and no losses. Nice work, Jose. And Rav over here too. Rav is trying to claw back his account. So he's taking a lot of risk, but he's in profit 1,531 for the day. So as you guys can see, I'm not the only one profiting here. And there's not just like one person, right? There's a ton of people here who are profiting. So there's really no reason for anyone else here not to be as profitable or to be as successful as everyone else here. So Abraham just had his profits as well. He's in profit 1,139, all wins and no losses today. So yeah, Abraham said good for today. Thanks, Shawn, as always. RJ said, so this is from yesterday. His total, he made 15,817 yesterday. This is RJ. And then again, right here for today's profits, he's up 1,375. So great work right there, RJ. And RJ is like one of our new members here too. So if I scroll back here, you can see that RJ just started talking to me on July 8th. He signed up on July 8th and he went from, look at, like you guys can see the screenshots here, right? RJ barely started learning these strategies in July. Literally, he's like, oh, how do you set an alert? Like, how do you read this stuff? How do you do these things? How do you even like get my charts open? He didn't know anything until like August. So you can see right here, this whole time, see, RJ was in the negative for a while because he didn't know what he was doing. He was making like negative 2,000. You fast forward to today, or like, okay, so he was negative that day, right? The next day, it goes from July 22nd being negative 2,000 to July 27th, a week later, he's 9,000 in profit. So he went from a big change from being negative to a positive trader within just a week because he started to follow directions and he knew how to apply things properly. He went from like negative 2,000 to like positive 9,000 days to 5,000 positive days to 12,000 positive days, right? It's a growing process, guys. If you guys actually put in the work and learn this stuff, it's possible for you until today, right? Now looking at RJ's profits, he's profitable every day. 1,000 today, 15,000 yesterday, 4,000 the day before, 3,000 the day before that, all wins, right? See 6,000, all wins, no losses. So if you guys actually put in the work and learn these strategies, you guys should have no problem. RJ literally joined us July 20th. He's been around for July, August, September, October, less than 3 months. He's been here for like 2.5 months and he's killing it every single day. So, big congrats to you, RJ, because I know you had a lot of issues. RJ's actually like retired now. He made a lot. He like retired from his business, his job, and he just trades with us full time. It's good to see that you're definitely getting there. G-Main right here, nice. Sharif over here as well. So Sharif started to trade the high-low strategy. He's currently up 1,252. He had an accidental loss right there. It looks 20 cents. Everything else has been straight wins. So great work right there too, Sharif. All right, guys. So again, I'm still looking for entries, but I don't see anything available. So I know we get complaints with people always complaining that I'm taking too much time to help people out here answering questions, but guys, there's no entries available. If there was an entry available, I would show you guys, but there's nothing available. So meanwhile, I'm going to help you guys out and answer as much questions as I can during this live session until something comes up, right? There's a snipe that's available right here, but I'm not going to take it obviously because of how the price is moving, but I'll just mark it up so that you guys can see where it's at. I think it was this candle right here. And this is exactly why I wouldn't have taken it, because we did have the rejection right here. And then we did have the rejection off the pivot and structure. Plus we have the sell signal right here. However, you can see how price is moving. Actually, TP would have been hit on this already. So I'll just replay over here to show you guys what I mean by this. So the requirements are right here. You want to confirm a wick rejection off the K2 pivot. So it's rejecting off the pivot right here. You also want to confirm a wick rejection off the K2 SR zone, which is this pink box right here. Third, you want to confirm the pivot isn't touching the body, which it isn't. Lastly, you want to confirm the direction of momentum. So right here, we have a sell momentum signal. So we're only going to be looking for sells. Looking at that right there, you would take a short position. Right here, it's a fixed TP stop loss of 500 pips. You let this run right here. And you can see right here, before this candle, it hit TP already. So the following candle right here, the entry would be off this green candle. This red candle right here went straight to TP. So you would have made 500 pips off this trade if you took it. Obviously, I'm not going to count it because we didn't catch it as it happened. But I'm just showing you guys like that's like one of the strategies there. Other than that, we don't really have anything else. This would technically be a scalp for a buy, but I'm not going to take it because such a big candle like this right here is about almost 1,000 pip move. So what might happen here is price might pull back slightly halfway. And if it does that, it's going to have to pull back how many pips? 400 pips up to like 500 pips. If it pulls back too far, you're going to get stopped out. So I don't recommend really trading on these shorter time frames right now, unless you're going for the really quick moves and if you're getting in and out really quickly, because it's just too risky. So, all right, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so Randall said, got you. I think I can figure it out after I go over the strategies. Yeah, no, definitely, Randall, because the strategies are all specific. So each strategy has its own TP stop loss. So unless you have like one strategy that you want help with, I can help you with that. But you know, we have like 10 strategies, so I can't go over every single strategy today. It's already 7 o'clock, so I'm going to go through all the questions here, and then once we go through all the questions, you know, we'll call it a day. If I do see anything here, then I'll probably take it. This would technically be a buy scalp right here using the high-low strategy. I don't think I'm going to take it. I'll mark it up right here if it does close, but I personally don't think I'm going to take it myself because of, and it's too late. It's already going to hit TP. So I'm probably not going to, obviously I'm not going to take it. It's way too late to take it. And you can see how price is whipsawing through here, right? This is exactly what I don't want to end up in. End up being upset on a Friday, taking a trade that I knew I shouldn't have taken. So just be careful, guys. You know, be careful if you guys do want to take the trade, but because like I mentioned, you know, the volatility in these candles are too strong. You might get a spike down to the bottom side to stop you out before it comes right back up. Or it can just go straight up and then hit your TP right away before it comes right back down. So two different scenarios that can play out here, but not something that I'm looking to play with. So I'll just put this right here. There you go. It would have hit TP already anyways. So, I mean, whoever took that, if you guys want to send your profits, if anyone took this trade, because we did catch it before it came, if anyone took it, then if you send your profits in, I could post up the trade. If no one took it, then it's fine. I'm not going to post up the trade because I just want to make sure that you guys are aware. You guys got to remember to pull out of your positions. You can't be holding on to a position past a TP, especially on a day like this where price is just moving too fast, because it can easily stop you out right after. Let's see. Aaron's question said, is the wick the candle body or the, it's the wick. Yeah. So Aaron, it's going to be the wick. You can see right here where the price swung up. So this is the high, this is the low, this is the high right here. It's going to be the highest point. So you'd be placing it at the highest point of that candle, which would be the wick. Let's see. So it looks like some people did catch that trade. Tommy caught it right here and Rav caught it as well. So I'll post the little update right here just for the people who are following it, because I want to make sure that you guys know to pull out your trade. Yeah, like I don't want you guys to be holding on to it for too long. Let's see, 1 minute. Just want to make sure I'm copying the right one over. All right. So yeah, if you guys are in the position, you guys should definitely pull out by now. I'm giving this update here so that you guys know to pull out, because some people are not on the live session right now and they're just on the Zoom. I mean, they're on the they're just trading on their own, and I want to make sure that you guys don't get caught in getting greedy and waiting for, you know, for these trades to keep pushing. Today is definitely not the day to get greedy, guys. You guys got to pull out when you're in profit. So if you're still in the position, it's like way above, you have a lot of opportunity. What you can do here is, if you're still in the position, you can move your stop loss in profit to the TP, so that if it does pull back like it did right here, it'd stop you out at your full TP anyway. So you guaranteed full TP and you can keep shooting for higher profit. That's one of my recommendations if you guys want to keep holding on to it longer. So I didn't take the trade there, but I'm glad to see a lot of you guys here lock in that trade. So yeah, Tommy locked in a total of 3,979. So great work by Tommy. And then Rav over here locked in a total of 2,286. So nice work right there, Rav. And you're trying to claw your way back to your goal. So just be careful. I know you have to trade, but you know, if you are, just be careful. All right, so let me scroll up real quick and see what else did I miss here. All right, so let me scroll down a little bit. Abraham said, I have a session low at. Nice. Yeah, so Abraham took a trade as well, and then he trailed it above. Roger said, was a 640 candle a valid snipe? It's kind of a weird candle. So let's go over there real quick, Roger, to the snipe. Actually, yeah, that's the one that we covered right now. So yeah, that would be a snipe. I'm not sure if you saw that when I covered it, but that would be because we had the rejection of the pivot structure. We confirmed that the pivot isn't touching the body. We also confirmed the direction of momentum here, which was a sell signal, and that's how that would have confirmed as a valid entry. So let me scroll down a little more to see if I missed anything else. Paul said both NASDAQ and Dow are nuts at the moment. I'll take my break even call it a day. I do not want to risk it. I recommend all of you do the same. I agree, Paul. And that's why I didn't take any trades right now as well. Okay, another question from Roger is asking also the 656, would that be a valid K2? Let me go here real quick. So RJ is asking about, or no, Roger is asking about 656. I don't see any breaking close pass here, Roger. So there's no high lows around this area. I'm not sure where you identify the high low. I wouldn't consider this a high low right here. You have to actually identify when it's actually swinging. This is just going sideways. So like if I take everything off the chart, let me just show you real quick. Or let me go to a clean chart over here. So you're talking about 650. So let me just show you right here. Or I can show you actually how it's looking right here. So you can see how price swings, right? Here's a high, here's a low, here's a high. This wouldn't be considered a low. Okay, I think you kind of, you thought this was a low right here or a high. I think you thought this was a high right here, right? Or one of these. This wouldn't be considered a high low because price literally just stopped for a little bit. You have to actually have it pivot. Like you can see price comes up here, it pivots from this point, this is the high. Price comes from right here, this pivots, it's a low. Price comes from right here, you pivots, it's a high, right? There's no high lows within this area. If you look at this from, if you just, let me just draw like something that kind of makes it a little more clear for you. Okay, so looking at this right here, you can see that it's a straight push to the downside, right? There's no low and then a swing back to the high side. It's just a clear push to the downside. And this is why it requires a lot of practice for you guys to do this, because I know a lot of you guys are barely understanding what high lows are. You guys have to practice because the thing is, everything looks like a high low to you, right? If this is new to you, everything's going to look like a high low to you. This right here, you probably think this is a high low, right? This is not a high low. Price is going sideways. You need price to be moving directional for it to be a high low. So I think there's a lot of confusion here what a high low is. And this is why I never wanted to introduce the strategy to you guys, because like I mentioned, it's a very lucrative strategy if you're doing it properly. But if you don't know the bare basics of identifying a high low, it's going to be very difficult and you can make a lot of mistakes. So in order for it to be a high low, guys, it needs to actually swing. That's why it's called a swing. It doesn't mean a sideways high low. It's a swing high low. So you need it to swing above, swing below, swing above, swing below, right? Right here, this is not I wouldn't consider this a swing high low. And especially because this is on a 1 minute chart, there's a lot of noise here. Here's the thing. If you guys are having troubles identifying high lows on the 1 minute, go on a higher time frame, go on the 1 hour, because this is going to be easier for you to identify these swing high lows, right? If you need to go from the higher to the lower time frame. So this is a swing high, swing low, swing high, right? And then once you get better on the 1 hour, go to the 30 minute right here. Okay, high, low, right? And then go on the 15 minute, then go on the 10 minute, then go on the 1 minute. The 1 minute is probably the hardest time frame to look at the high lows because everything looks like a high low, right? And that's why I created this indicator here to help you guys identify that. Because the thing is, you're going to see a lot of people making mistakes when people are doing, and that's why I keep adding the requirements for beginners, like the 4-5 requirement here. The 4-5 candle, this, I don't even look at this, guys. This isn't even anything that I look at. The only reason I put this requirement in here is because a lot of people are having issues identifying swing high lows. So Roger, going back to your question here, there technically wouldn't have been an entry at this point because of how price is moving, right? And you can see right here that the indicator actually doesn't even indicate that, because it doesn't necessarily really move. It doesn't swing, right? This is a full move to the downside. And looking at this right here, this is kind of just a sideways movement. It kind of came down, went sideways, and then it dropped again. There's different phases in the market, right? So let me just show you again right here. The market will do a couple of things. It'll go up, it'll swing down, and then it'll come up higher. That's a high low. Again, right here, price will come down, it'll come up, and then it'll go lower. That's a high low, right? This is what's not a high low. Up, sideways, up. That's not a high low, right? Because it never comes down. It kind of just goes up, sideways, and it goes up. This is still an upwards movement. This would be a low, and this would be the high, but there's no high lows in between here. So hopefully this helps you guys understand that, because I know if you guys are brand new to this, or even if you're not brand new to this, if you're brand new to identifying swing highs and swing lows, it's very subjective. And that's why this strategy right here is something that, unless you're like 100% positive, I mean, you don't have to be 100% because it all comes with practice, right? You're gonna make trial and error. It's something that you're gonna pick up over time, because price will do one of two things. It'll swing directional, or it'll go sideways, or it'll range, right? Meaning it'll just keep going, up and down. So you definitely don't want to trade when price is going like this, up and down, even though it's establishing high lows. The thing with this right here, if you have price going like that, you're not going to have new high lows, right? Because you're going to have this line right here as a high, and price is never going to break above it. So you're not going to have an entry. So you don't want to trade when price is moving this way. And that's the same thing as this right here, right? When price is going sideways, this is basically what's happening in between here. Price is going up and down, but it's not breaking past these areas. So something to keep in mind. But yeah, Roger, me personally, I wouldn't see that as an entry. And hopefully that makes like some sense to you guys when you guys are identifying that. I know this indicator, everyone wants this indicator right now, because this indicator makes a huge difference when identifying it. But we still have a lot of testing to do. So once the testing is done, we'll have it ready and you guys can use it. But currently right now, it's not yet available. This indicator was literally just created like last week. So there's going to be a lot of testing that needs to be done before we can be ready. All right, let me scroll down a little bit and see. Oh, perfect. Okay, so yeah, so Roger said, I think you answered it already. Roger said the candles before 6 would have not been considered new swing high lows. All right, perfect. Yeah, so Roger said, for me, swing high lows look pretty obvious to me. I think it's a 4 or 5 candle. If that's the case, Roger, then don't use the 4 or 5 candle requirement. That's only for people who don't understand how to identify the swing high lows. There's no problem. You don't need to be sorry about anything. This is you're not the only person that has issues with the swing highs and swing lows. There's a lot of people who have issues with it, and that's why I kind of kept this strategy a secret from you. I've been using the strategy for years. That's how, like, if you guys remembered following me from the beginning, I used to make like a ton of profits like every single day because I would just apply the strategy, but I never really showed it to you guys because it's like I mentioned, it's a very lucrative strategy if you can do it properly. But if you do it incorrectly, it can easily it can be bad, right? Like if you keep identifying wrong swings, you can easily get stopped at a lot of positions. But yeah, Roger, don't be sorry. You're fine. That wasn't just for you. Like that explanation wasn't just for you. It was an explanation for everybody who's been having issues with this requirement here. And the thing is, guys, I've been getting like blown up. My emails, I'm getting like hundreds of emails a day. I'm getting hundreds of messages a day with people asking the same exact question. So, it all comes with practice, guys. Like I mentioned, you're not going to get this overnight. This is literally something that people pick up. Like I've been trading for like 11 years now. This is still not, it hasn't like stuck for me yet. I mean, I know how to do it obviously, but it's not like a guaranteed process for me to identify. But yeah, other than that, let me see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. So I think that's it for that right there. If you guys have any other questions, go ahead and drop your questions in the chat. Otherwise, we will be wrapping it up soon. It's 7:15 right now. So 7:15, and I don't really see any entries here available. Let me check the fundamentals real quick to see if we missed anything. So I'll refresh this. It's 60% short right now. So our bias is going to be long. Looking at the futures data, it's currently 57 points in the green. Looking at the daily average, it's currently 18 points in the green. So it's not very strong all around. Let's check the news for the final wholesale. Final wholesale is up about 1%. Just nothing. It's neutral. Biden's going to speak in about an hour. So yeah, guys, if you guys want to get your trades in now, because when Biden speaks later, it's going to be a lot more riskier. Let's see. Roger said, cool. I'll ignore overthinking with the 4 or 5 candle thing and keep it simple. Thanks. Yeah, no, exactly, Roger. We already had we already talked about it. Like Me and you had our personal conversation about it, and you're fine. You're doing well. That whole explanation wasn't necessary for you. It was for other people, right? This is where we're here as a group, guys. I want to make sure that everyone gets it. You know, whenever I ask questions here, or whenever I answer questions, it's not just to one person. Usually when someone asks a question, like there's like 20 other people who have the same question. So yeah, Roger, I don't want you to think that explanation was geared towards you. It was more so geared towards a couple other people who have been like, and you guys know who you are. You guys have been blowing up my inbox like every single day for the past week. And I don't mind that you guys blow my inbox up, but it's going to come with practice, right? My answer is always going to be the same. Keep practicing. Roger here he does get it out. Actually, he gets it. It's just, I added this requirement here for people who don't understand how to identify the swings. But when this indicator comes out, you guys are going to, you know, everything's going to be covered for you guys for the most part, not guaranteed, but for the most part, it's going to be helping you guys out a lot with identifying the swing highs and the swing lows. Yeah, no problem, Roger. Roger said, totally get it. Appreciate it. Have a great weekend. No, exactly, Roger. So yeah, if you guys want to call it a day, I mean, it's up to you guys. If you guys don't catch any trades within the next 30 minutes or so, I would recommend just calling it a day, because Biden's going to speak in about an hour. So unless you guys find any trades from now until then, I would recommend just taking it easy. Last thing you want to do is be trading when Biden speaks, and then your trade goes complete opposite. All right, so everything's looking pretty bullish right now. For the most part, daily's bullish. Stock index is not very bullish, but it is bullish. Looking at the futures data, it's bullish, 50 points in the green. Looking at retail sentiment, it's currently 60% short, which is perfectly fine. We want to be buying anyways. So here, this is kind of what I would be looking for. If this is an invalid signal, that's fine. You're just not going to have a pivot scalp. But what I'd be looking for is for price to break and close above here. If price breaks and closes above here with the buy signal, keep in mind it has to be a buy signal prior to that, then it would be a good entry. So something to keep in mind. See, Donnie said, sent this meme right here. If you guys want to see it, meme guy staring at computer, me waiting for Shawn. Exactly, Donnie. Let me see if I can pull that up. Yeah, so Donnie just sent this picture. He said meme guy staring at the screen. So he's just waiting for an entry here. I'm waiting for an entry too, but if I don't get it anytime soon, I'm probably not going to take it, because, you know, Biden's going to cause the market to move kind of crazy. And you guys have seen it before. It always does it. All right, guys. So I don't see any other questions here. I mean, if you guys have any other questions, you know, I can help you guys out. Otherwise, we might be wrapping it up soon. Let's see. Kenny said, no trading for me today. One of my problems was revenge trading. I've got to go see y'all back on the market open on Monday. Yeah, Kenny. So if that's your problem, and if you have, so guys, one problem with revenge trading is that people just keep trading, right? Once you lose, you just keep trading. And what happens, like, this is like one level of revenge trading. Say you lose a trade, and then you keep trading. That's like one level of revenge trading. The next level of revenge trading is when you lose a trade and you double up your lot size on the next one, you blow your account. That's the next level of revenge trading. When you guys get to that point, that's when it's really bad, because you guys are going to keep blowing accounts. So what I recommend is, if you guys understand that your problem is revenge trading, once you guys have a loss, just go take a walk or something. Go step outside, you know, go walk your dog, go to the gym, go do whatever you need to do to get away from the computer, and then come back once you're not thinking about that trade. Because the thing is, if you keep thinking about that trade, you're going to keep revenge trading it until your account's gone. So my recommendation is, if you guys know that your problem is revenge trading or over trading, once you guys have one loss, go take a break, you know, go take a walk. I don't know, do something, go watch TV, go play video games, something to get your mind off trading. And then when your mind is clear, come back and then you can trade again. All right. So there's another scalp right here for a sell, actually, not a buy. But yeah, I don't know if I want to take it, obviously, for the same reasons that I mentioned before. It's going to be a risky move. This would need to close below here. We still have about 30 seconds left on this candle. If it closes below here, this technically would be a sell scalp using the high-low strategy. But the main problem right here is that it's at the Asia low, right? If price ends up not breaking and closing past this Asia low, then it could easily bounce right back up from here. So there's a lot of different confluences that you guys can use to confirm these things. but all of this comes with practice. I think for the next mentoring session, I'll go over all my confluences and confirmations so that you guys can use them as well. And there you go, no entry off that for a sell. So that's that. All right, guys. So I think that's it for today. I don't see any other questions here. So if you guys do have questions, feel free to email me. I'm probably not going to be able to respond until later after this weekend, because I'm going to be offline for like pretty much the whole rest of the weekend. So if you guys do have questions, feel free to email me or message me on Telegram. I'll try to get through all the questions today. If I don't get to your question, today, between today and Sunday, I'll for sure get to your question on Monday. So just FYI, in case you guys are wondering why I'm not responding to emails and stuff, is because I'm not going to be on the computer. So other than that, I think that's it, guys. So yeah, guys, if you guys want to keep trading, I'd recommend you guys be careful. Otherwise, Biden's going to speak in about an hour. We definitely don't want to trade when Biden's speaking. So I'd recommend just sit out the market. So I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully you guys had a great trading week so far. We had a lot of profits so far as well. RJ just sent more profits. He locked in a total of 3,173 for the day. Great work, RJ. Dell over here locked in a total of 1,051 for the day. Awesome work right there, Dell. And Rav, total of 2,471. So amazing work amongst everyone here. And I think that's it. If you guys have more profits to send over, Alan just sent his profits. He's up 3,998 for the day. Amazing work right there, Alan. If you guys do have more profits, just send them over, and then I'll add them to the list of profits for the day, and we'll post them shortly after the market session is ended. So other than that, let's see. Alan said, is there trading on Monday? There should be. Is it a holiday on Monday? Let me check. Oh, it is a bank holiday. So probably no. Well, I'll be on the live session, guys, or I'll let you guys know. If there is trading, then I'll let you know. If not, because the thing is, if US 30 is closed, there's no point in us trading, right? So I'll let you guys know on Sunday if we're going to trade. Otherwise, I'll follow up with that. What's the holiday on Monday? That's weird. I didn't know it was a holiday. But yeah, okay, guys. So I'll let you guys know, and I'll catch you guys on Monday if there is trading. If not, I'll catch you guys on Sunday. So have a great weekend, guys. Be safe, and I'll see you guys.